So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be discussing the newest female rap sensation named Glorilla and how the industry and social media has already began to place body image expectations and suggestions on her. If you haven't heard of Glorilla, she is a 22-year-old female rapper from Fraser, Memphis in Tennessee. She basically went viral overnight for her hit summer anthem FNF, which stands for F Naker Free, and has been all over the urban media ever since. She dropped her song Tomorrow just a few days ago, and the song already has touched close to 1 million views in less than 1 week on YouTube. The girl literally is on fire. People have been talking about her nonstop, and she was recently signed to Memphis-based label CMG under Yo Gotti. CMG has other artists such as Moneybagg Yo, ESTG, Black Youngsta, just to name a few. I honestly haven't seen a female rapper blow up like this in a very long time. I know I mentioned her in my unpopular opinions video from the other day and talked about the appeal that she has on this industry. I'll get more into that. However, it is very off-putting that someone who hasn't even had a big amount of relevance for not even a month is already being subjected to the negative that comes with having fame and popularity. I saw that she was trending on Twitter, and as I swam through the tweets, I was completely let down because although she's getting a lot of praise for who she is and what she represents, the amount of comments about her looks and how people feel about her aesthetic actually pissed me off. I came across one tweet that reads, saw a chick last week say Glorilla needs to get a BBL. Just saw a chick on Facebook say she needs a nose job. All the dudes I've seen mention her, F with her music, and think she's fine. Example number 615-6126, that no one hates and pushes surgery on women more than other women. And it's crazy because as I look through other comments, especially on Facebook because Facebook is the messiest, there were so many people saying similar things. I get that Glorilla is the unorthodox version of what a female rapper is said to be these days. However, I don't think the scrutiny that she's receiving for how she looks naturally is fair. Suggesting a BBL, nose job, or any other surgical enhancements is the reason why I keep talking about this same topic. I think there are some underlying reasons as to why this transpires, and I would like to get into that. So I've broken this video down into 2 main talking points, so without further ado, let's get right into this video. So point number 1 is the need to conform. I would first like to start off by saying this right here is an example as to why I won't ever stop speaking about this topic until we have gotten to a point in society where this obsession to conform has been resolved. There has been little to no improvement in finding a solution to this generational yearning to want to look the same in a physical standpoint. I think it's completely absurd that natural is considered ugly or undesired and not even in vogue. Because everybody has now become so insecure, we are now putting our insecurities onto other people. And people want to call me insecure for talking about women who have gone under the knife and how much it affects the society. However, there's nothing to be insecure about when you actually like the way that you look. If you follow me on any social media, even YouTube, I post myself going to the gym all the time. You can see that my body is considered socially acceptable, so there's not really much to be jealous of if you have to go and buy what I have. However, I do empathize for the women who are not naturally built like what society wants people to look like. Glorilla is an example of this, and it's nasty that people are imposing these unrealistic standards of beauty and suggesting her to be artificially concocted like pretty much every other mainstream female rapper and influencer. Sorry, not sorry. This is why I don't stop talking about this topic, because like the tweet says, nobody imposes this type of pressure than the women who are also insecure about what they look like. And that goes for women who have gotten surgical enhancements and haven't gotten surgical enhancements. It's across the board. I made a video called Why Does Everyone Look the Same? And it did very well on YouTube. And most of my sentiments about how I feel about this is referenced in that video. But to summarize, there are just so many women who are unhappy with themselves. Social media has been so detrimental to the mindsets of just about everyone. It's not just young people, it's not just Generation Z, it's not just people who are still in high school, it's everyone. Everyone wants to conform. You want a figure 8 BBL body, you want a snatched waist, you want flawless skin, you want dark and arched eyebrows, you want a mouthful of veneers or fake teeth, you want a small button chiseled nose, you want soft curly wavy hair, you want eyelashes that look like flamingo wings, you want designer purses and luxury cars. But I want to ask people, why do you really want these things? Is it because it's self-fulfilling and makes you happy? Or is it because of what you see on social media and the new expectations that people have because of social media? The answer is primarily B. It can be A, but majority B. The majority of people are living for the artificial world of social media. Glorilla's whole entire movement is being a hood girl who is authentically ghetto and a self-proclaimed ratchet woman who wants to have fun with her ratchet-ass friends. I really don't see anything wrong with that, and what is making her stick or at least be popular in current times is exactly that. Unapologetically ghetto and confidently natural regardless of her surroundings. She's already kind of fallen altered by getting her teeth done, but I think that was probably a pre-existing insecurity that she would have fixed had she had the money regardless. But that's just kind of how it starts. It starts when you're pinned in front of the masses for everyone to pass judgment, whether good or bad, and people nitpick your physical, and then you have to decipher whether or not you're strong enough to stand in who you are or conform to what other people want you to be. The majority of young people ages 13 to 29 have alarming insecurities that have been aggravated by social media. If y'all limited your viewership of the same imagery that causes insecurity or conformity, you wouldn't be as affected. But we keep plastering all of these artificial bodies and procedures throughout social media, making it very normal. I think it was taboo to speak on body enhancements like 10 or 15 years ago, but now you can scroll on Instagram and find some video of how to do lip injections, or how to do a non-surgical body enhancement, or how to install fake lashes, and even more. And I'm not necessarily against the internet being a tool for learning, educating, and even teaching. However, because it's so normalized now, we are not being smart about what is a mild version of what we need to know versus an aggressive version of what we shouldn't be overexposed to. This desire to conform is still a work in progress, and people just need to stop being so hyper-focused on vanity and learn how to have neutral discernment about the images, videos, and public figures that we're viewing, as well as the pressure and expectations from society. Now, point number 2 is Glorilla's looks being discussed. So the initial tweet talked about her needing a BBL and also needing a nose job. And if we look at Glorilla, she's obviously a slim woman with regular Africanoid features. The same Africanoid features that Black people themselves are insecure about, make jokes about, and have been actively shying away from. I know we often talk about Black women being more voluptuous, but there are Black women who are still very skinny and very thin. As versatile as the Black woman is, it's absurd to think that we're all going to have a figure 8 body or be top heavy or be bottom heavy. And the comments about her nose, okay, she has a big wide nose, so what? She pierced her nose 2 times, which lets me know that she is confident in what her nose looks like. I actually have a chunky nose, or at least I think it is. And my sister has like a slim button nose. My sister has a nose piercing, and I didn't get one because I personally feel like I didn't have the nose for it. But to see Glorilla with a double nose piercing lets me know that my apprehension is just based on the social construct that big noses are unattractive, and I shouldn't even be thinking that way. Y'all wonder why I keep talking about this topic and people are calling it beating a dead horse. However, look at the scrutiny that was just placed on this girl because of her natural look. Is it not absurd to y'all that there's so much more focus on the suggestions of what surgery she may need based off of society's point of view versus the music that she's actually making? Like I said before, I do believe that her imagery is being used to push a narrative. Some of y'all were upset that I compared her to the City Girls. Personally, I think they're pretty synonymous. They're not exact, of course, but you can't tell me that it's not that far-fetched. Some people were trying to make these deciphering comments about how the City Girls are about materialism and sex, and that Glorilla doesn't really portray that. And that's fair, but the underlying common denominator is being hood, being ghetto, and being ratchet. And yes, this is technically a negative stereotype that Black women possess. However, stereotypes are true, and those said Black women still deserve some type of representation. But the City Girls have been ones to completely change their entire look through surgical enhancements to conform. Meanwhile, Glorilla is natural, but already dealing with the pressures of these types of comments. So is it really men who push this, or is it the same Black women who fall for it, discuss it, and try to turn a blind eye to what is going on? Y'all want me to shut up about this topic as if talking about this topic is negative, when in reality, there have been so many sheep women whose only rebuttal is that I should mind my business and not speak on another woman's choice. But those choices are affecting women who probably haven't even thought about changing themselves, or who probably didn't think that there's anything wrong with them, or even if they do have these insecurities, don't want to be berated about their look because it's already hard enough to be a Black woman as is. I think it's very important that I continue to push the message that although I'm not against what a woman chooses to do in regards to surgical enhancements, I still stand on the fact that it's probably not necessary, it's becoming overbearing if it's not already, and it's very tired. People say that my narrative of speaking about body image is tired, but what is tired is the fact that so many young women are falling victim to the pressures of society. What is tired is that women are expected to only portray a physical narrative that is sexually pleasing to men and women. What is tired is that the idea of being natural is seen as undesired and unattractive. What is tired is that everybody wants to shrug their shoulders and turn a blind eye to the real issue of running to Miami to chop up your body. I just don't think that's reasonable, and it's very detrimental to the collective of young Black women in particular to be this naive. I'm actually tired. Glorilla, please remain your natural self. It is what is getting you to where you're at now. People appreciate your authenticity as well as you being who you are. And the minute that you give into these naysayers and these haters on social media about something that could potentially cause you health complications and mental turmoil, that's when you'll feel the most defeated. There's nothing wrong with this girl being her natural self, and I'm ashamed that this narrative is still a silent requirement for female MCs. Everyone has asked, complained, begged, or just simply stated that we want something different in female rap. She may still display those negative stereotypes that I've spoken about in regards to female rap, but at the very least, her being natural shouldn't be up for discussion and should be more normalized in this music genre. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, please follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.
One time for the melanin girls, skin popping in the sun. Let me hear you one time. Baby, let me hear you one time. Yeah. One time for the African girls, and you know we get it done. Let me hear you one time. Ladies, let me hear you one time. Yeah. One shot, two shot, come on, baby, come on. Put your hands to the top, come on, ladies, come on. Skin popping in the sun, come on, baby, come on. Brown girl, you the one, and they know we get on. One shot, two shot, come on, baby, come on. Put your hands to the top, come on, ladies, come on. Skin popping.